Y'all ever had somebody in your life who was just so adamant about arguing? It was like you could diffuse the situation, you could try to avoid it, you could come in peace, you could be calm, whatever, but they just wanted to argue. Or have you ever had someone who was just quick to get angry, quick to assume, quick to judge, point a finger at you? Or maybe it was even that somebody did you dirty, then they wanted to turn around and play the victim. Or maybe you've even encountered a Jezebel, someone who is very controlling and is forcing their will on you and will have it by their means or any means necessary. Or it could even be a Pharisee, somebody who knows Bible scripture very well and can recite it, but they are actually carnally minded and they care more about appearing holy before others but do not truly know how to be holy themselves and what God's true will is. You see, and mankind has coined all sorts of different terms to describe people, whether it's that they're Karen, whether it's just that they're angry or have anger issues, or that they're a narcissist. But this is not a person you're dealing with, you have to understand. This is a spirit. You see, and what the Bible tells us is what we call emotions are actually spirits. It literally says, "For God does not give us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." You see, and that's what spirits do. People who operate like this, what I love to label them as is energy vampires. But this is not a person that you're dealing with, because remember, just as Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12 tell us, we battle not against flesh and blood, but against spirit. You see, and the way that these evil spirits stay afloat is by harvesting your energy, is by feeding off your energy. You could think of them as a leech. They have to suck your life force out of you, and the way they do that is by getting you angry, getting you upset, getting you out of character. Because remember, God is a spirit, and his spirit is what gives us life. So the second they get you out of character, you are now pulled away from the spirit, and you're now walking back in the carnal mindset. And what does the word tell us about being carnally minded? It literally says, to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And that's not only how these spirits get to you, but that's how they weaken you and even get you to open up your temple so that they can inhabit your temple and afflict you even worse. You see, you could think of it as like a circuit with a battery. You know, if you have everything in the circuit hooked up with the positive terminal on the battery, but you have the negative off, the circuit is not complete. And that's what it's like when you're walking in the spirit. Lots of people love to say, oh, we gotta be spiritually minded, we gotta walk in the spirit. How do you think Satan is walking? Satan is a spirit. So if you're in the spirit, and he can't do nothing to you as far as getting into your temple. Now, he still can use other people in your life to get to you, but he cannot enter into your temple and afflict you. If we check out the story of Job, you know, when God asked Satan where he came from, he said he came from walking to and fro on the earth. And there's a scripture that goes hand in hand with this. It literally tells us, be vigilant because your adversary likes to walk around like a roaring lion looking for who he may devour. Your adversary, Satan. And when you think of him walking around, it can't be this carnal mindset of a man walking around. No, Satan is a spirit, and yes, he may be manifesting himself through a person to get to you, a man or a woman, but Satan is a spirit, and it's a spirit operating in that vessel. And because Satan is a spirit, you have to be walking in the spirit to be able to deflect him. You have to understand that the battle is not against the other person. You have to understand that drinking substances like alcohol is what weakens your vessel and allows these evil spirits to come in. You have to understand that listening to the secular music that's speaking curses, that's also weakening your spirit and your vessel and opening the door to these spirits. You have to understand that your five senses are doorways and windows. This is why the word tells us those who abide in God, those who stay focused on God, will remain at, He will keep them at perfect peace. You will have joy, you will have happiness, you will have the fruits of the Spirit because you're spiritually minded. You see, and these spirits that are operating through people love to sow seeds of doubt through negativity with what they say and what they think about you. This is why the word makes it so clear that, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and what you say will happen. The word is the spirit is the word, and God is the word. What you are saying will occur. And this is why it was mentioned so much in the Bible about what you speak and also what you think. It also tells us, because of your little faith, if you have just the faith of a mustard seed and you tell this mountain to move, it will move. Because you're filled with so much negativity, you're giving yourself over to be afflicted. So big point of this video is, do not give your power over to these people who are being used by spirits to drain you. Remain in the spirit, focus on God, and do not give these negative people who are down and out the time of day. Give them some positivity and try to help them out, but outside of that, don't give your energy over to them. I hope this video helps some of you. I hope all of you have a blessed day. Take it easy.